Back, we're in a new section of the Quran, and it's called Naml, or the ants. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Tasin, these are verses of the Quran, a book that makes things clear, a guide and glad tidings for the believers. Those who establish regular prayers and give in regular charity and also have full assurance of the hereafter. As to those who believe not in the hereafter, we have made their deeds pleasing in their eyes, and so they wander about in distraction. Such are they for whom a grievous penalty is waiting, and in the hereafter theirs will be a great loss. As to thee, the Qur'an is bestowed upon thee from the presence of one who is wise and all-knowing. Behold, Moses said to his family, I perceive a fire. Soon will I bring you from there some information, or I will bring you a burning brand to light our fuel, that ye may warm yourselves. But when he came to the fire, a voice was heard, Blessed are those in the fire and those around, and glory to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. O Moses, verily I am Allah, the exalted in might, the wise. Now do thou throw thy rod. But when he saw it moving of its own accord, as if it had been a snake, he turned back in retreat and retracted not his steps. O Moses, it was said, fear not, truly in my presence those called as apostles have no fear. But if any have done wrong and have thereafter substituted good to take the place of evil, truly I am oft forgiving, most merciful. Now put thy hand into thy bosom, and it will come forth white without stain or harm. These are among the 9 signs thou wilt take to Pharaoh and his people. For they are a people rebellious in transgression. But when our signs came to them that should have opened their eyes, they said, This is sorcery manifest. So a lot about Moses in the Quran. A lot about Moses. And they rejected those signs in iniquity and arrogance, though their souls were convinced thereof. So see what was the end of those who acted corruptly. So see what was the end of those who acted corruptly. We gave in the past knowledge to David and Solomon, and they both said, Praise be to Allah, who has favored us above many of his servants, who believe. And Solomon was David's heir. He said, O ye people, we have been taught the speech of birds, and on us has been bestowed a little of things. This is indeed grace manifest from Allah. And before Solomon were marshaled his hosts of jinns and men and birds, they were all kept in order and ranks. At length, when they came to a lowly valley of ants, one of the ants said, O ye ants, get into your habitations, lest Solomon and his host crush you underfoot without knowing it. So he smiled, amused at her speech. And he said, O my Lord, so order me that I may be grateful for thy favors which thou hast bestowed on me and on my parents, and that I may work the righteousness that will please thee, and admit me by thy grace to the ranks of thy righteous servants. And he took a muster of the birds, and he said, Why is it I see not the hoopoe? Or is he among the absentees? I will certainly punish him with a severe penalty, or execute him, unless he bring me a clear reason for absence. But the hoopoe tarried not far. He came up and said, I have compassed territory which thou hast not compassed, and I have come to thee from Saba with tidings true. I found there a woman ruling over them and provided with every requisite, and she has a magnificent throne. I found her and her people worshipping the sun besides Allah. Satan has made their deeds seem pleasing in their eyes, and has kept them away from the path. so they received no guidance, kept them away from the path, that they should not worship Allah, who brings to light what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows what ye hide and what ye reveal. Allah, there is no God but He, Lord of the throne supreme. Solomon said, Soon shall we see whether thou hast told the truth or lied. Go thou with this letter of mine, and deliver it to them, then draw back from them, and wait to see what answer they return. The queen said, Ye chiefs, here is delivered to me a letter worthy of respect. It is from Solomon, and is as follows. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, be ye not arrogant against me, but come to me in submission to the true religion. She said, Ye chiefs, advise me in this my affair. No affair have I decided except in your presence. They said, We are endued with strength, and given to vehement in war. But the command is with thee, so consider what thou wilt command. She said, Kings, when they enter a country, despoil it, and make the noblest of its people its meanest, thus do they behave. But I am going to send him a present, and wait to see with what answer return my ambassadors. Sending gifts instead of going in and killing all the royals or nobles of a household. See if it works. The honey or the stick method, right? Now, when the embassy came to Solomon, he said, Would ye give me abundance and wealth? But that which Allah has given me is better than that which He has given you. Nay, it is ye who rejoice in your gift. Go back to them, and be sure we shall come to them with such hosts as they will never be able to meet. We shall expel them from there in disgrace, and they will feel humbled indeed. He said to his own men, Ye chiefs, which of you can bring me her throne before they come to me in submission? Said an Ifrit of the jinns, A what? I will bring it to thee before thou rise from thy council. Indeed, I have full strength for the purpose, and may be trusted. Said one who had knowledge of the book, I will bring it to thee with the twinkling of an eye. Then, like in the flash of an eye, like a blink of an eye, right? That's what they're saying. Then when Solomon saw it placed firmly before him, he said, This is by the grace of my Lord. Test me whether I am grateful or ungrateful. And if any is grateful, truly his gratitude is a gain for his own soul. But if any is ungrateful, truly my Lord is free of all needs, supreme in honor. He said, Transform her throne out of all recognition by her. Transform her throne out of all recognition by her. Let us see whether she is guided to the truth or is, guided to the truth or is one of those who receive no guidance. So they're going to change what her throne looks like? The literal throne or the land? Okay, let's see. It's going to tell us a bit. So when she arrived, she was asked, Is this thy throne? She said, It was just like this, and knowledge was bestowed on us in advance of this, and we have submitted to Allah in Islam. And he diverted her from the worship of others besides Allah, for she was sprung of a people that had no faith. She was sprung of a people that had no faith. She was asked to enter the lofty palace, but when she saw it, she thought it was a lake of water, and she tucked up her skirts, uncovering her legs. Yeah, you lift up your skirts so it doesn't get wet, right? He said, This is but a palace paved smooth with slabs of glass, she said. O my Lord, I have indeed wronged my soul. I do now submit in Islam with Solomon to the Lord of the worlds. She met the guy Solomon. Did he have a bunch of wives? I'd be afraid to meet somebody who had control of some jinns. I'd be afraid. We sent aforetime to the Thamud their brother Saleh, saying, Serve Allah. But behold, they became two factions, quarreling with each other. He said, O my people, why ask ye to hasten on the evil in preference to the good? If only ye ask Allah for forgiveness, ye may hope to receive mercy. They said, Ill omen do we augur from thee and those that are with thee. He said, Your ill omen is with Allah. Ye are a people under trial. There were in the city 9 men of a family who made mischief in the land and would not reform. They said, Swear a mutual oath by Allah that we shall make a secret night attack on him and his people, and that we shall then say to his heir, when he seeks vengeance, We were not present at the slaughter of his people, and we are positively telling the truth. They plotted and planned, but we too planned, even a while they perceived it not. Then see what was the end of their plot? This, that we destroyed them and their people, all of them. Now such were their houses in utter ruin, because they practiced wrongdoing. Verily, and this is a sign for people of knowledge. And we saved those who believe and practice righteousness. We also sent Lut, an apostle. Behold, he said to his people, Do ye do what is shameful, though ye see its iniquity? Would ye really approach men in your lust rather than women? Nay, ye are people grossly ignorant. Oh, he's talking about gays. But his people gave no other answer but this. They said, Drive out the followers of Lut from your city. Lut, I want to make sure I get all these guys right. From your city, these are indeed men who want to be clean and pure. But we saved him and his family, except his wife. Her we destined to be one of those lagged behind. And we rained down on them a shower of brimstone, and evil was the shower on those who were admonished, but heeded not. Say, Praise be to Allah, and peace on his servants whom he has chosen for his message. Who is better, Allah or the false gods they associate with him? Or who has created the heavens and the earth, and who sends you down rain from the sky? Yea, with it we cause to grow well-planted orchards full of beauty and delight. It is not your power to cause the growth of the trees in them. Can there be another God besides Allah? Nay, they are a people who swerve from justice. Or who has made the earth firm to live in, made rivers in its midst, set thereon mountains immovable, and made a separating bar between the two bodies of flowing water? Can there be another God besides Allah? Nay, most of them know not. Or who listen to the soul distressed when it calls on him, and who relieves its suffering, and makes you mankind inheritors of the earth. Can there be another God besides Allah? Little is it that ye heed. Or who guides you through the depths of darkness on land and sea, and who sends the winds as heralds of glad tidings, going before his mercy. Can there be another God besides Allah? High is Allah above what they associate with him. Wow. The jinn was like, he was like ready, right? Yeah, Ifrit of the jinns said, an Ifrit of the jinns, I will bring it to thee before thou rise from thy council. That'd be scary. How do you have to be really brave? I don't know what they look like. I'd be freaked out. Wow. There's like multiple too. Wow. I'd be afraid. And I know you guys said there's good ones and bad ones, but it's still another entity that you can't, if you punch it, you can't do anything, right? It can fly away from you. That's what's scary. Wow. To have control over them. Now, when they say transform her throne, I'm wondering, is it like a test to see if she's like, oh, is this your puny throne? If she's gonna be vain? or like confuser. What does it mean by that? Can you guys tell me? Thanks, family. Okay, we're gonna continue in a moment.